I think in terms of cultivating hope, it's really important to cultivate some community that's lifting up common goods. And just to reference back to the question about, among so many young folks today, of what hope is. I think this is a real pressing question of I mean, I get confused with the letters that go with generations right now, but anyway, with with young people like my kids and people who are in college right now, whatever we call them, I notice that there's a sort of redefinition of community that's happening among them. I live in the church world. There's all sorts of evidence in the church world that churches, as we have known them, particularly in their like 20th century version, are not working for lots of people. There's a lot of sort of post-pandemic research that says people aren't coming back to the churches. Be that as it may, the interesting thing to me is what sorts of communities are people finding themselves drawn to, and what kind of vision of hope or vision of the good do those communities inspire. And there was one other study that came out last year that I thought was fascinating in this regard. It was just asking people when in the last year, and this was people under 25, when in the last year have you essentially had a religious experience? And I think they gave them some options in terms of like what sort of things they were doing. What was interesting is that I think over half of the people in the survey said they had had a religious experience while engaged in some sort of public protest, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a kind of community. I think in the post George Floyd, post 2020 reality, there's a kind of community that people found in connecting with others out in public, asking for the systems of our common life to be other than what they are. So I think as a movement builder and community builder, I'm interested in the way that hope is connected to the kinds of community that we're building, and I think there are new expressions of that are worth paying attention to.